Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. I hope you can hear me fine. It is late tonight, it is heading towards the witching hour and we are going to delve deep tonight. Clear as a bell? That's good. I just had to reboot the computer, I don't know what's going on. Let's see, so I'm live on Twitch. I don't know if I'm live on YouTube. So everyone's saying it's perfect volume now. Had a bit of trouble there before. 5-5, that's good. Mercury still in retrograde, well, possibly. I've got all the new stuff. I've got all the brand new stuff, so I don't know what's going on. It's weird energy at the moment. But good evening, everybody. Good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. To wherever you all are around the world, we are going to delve deep tonight. Am I live on YouTube? Can somebody tell me? It's insane at the moment, Maggie. Absolutely insane. It's not normal. Do you like my sparkly top? Thank you. So am I live on YouTube? Why am I not showing up on here? That's crazy. Can't even see anyone's comments. Let me get a drink of tea. So I'm just waiting for you all to come on. Stooge says you were right. Heart test came back okay. That's good. So I'm live on YouTube. Why aren't I showing up on YouTube? Maybe there'll be an influx in the moment. I've just been making a curry tonight. It was quite nice actually. Oh, we've got people coming in now. Thank you. Good evening, Jean Psychic, Joan Maddie, Mary, Snow Owl, Patricia. Good evening to all YouTubers. Thank you, Michelle. And Twitchers. So wherever you all are around the world, let's wait for everybody to come in. And it's a bit like coming to a spiritualist church. Excuse me. Isn't it heavy at the moment, guys? What is going on? It is crazy at the moment, isn't it? And I had to come on, and I'll be honest with you, my energy levels have been so low. And I've just been nurturing myself, looking after myself. It's people think when you overcome cancer treatment that, you know, like, hey ho, you get the all clear, and it's like skipping through the daisy fields. It's not. It takes you ages to get back to normal. So I've just been striding myself as best I can. But I've been watching a lot of videos, I tell you, and it's all crazy stuff at the moment. Very heavy and dark clouds in Sussex. Apparently there's going to be a storm tonight. Apparently. Oh, hiya Petra in South Africa. Oh no, sorry, Marie in South Africa. So it's just lovely to see you all. And I just want to say prayers tonight for Graham from Scotland. I don't know if he's been watching this. For Graham and Kay, who live in Inverness. That we are with you, and he's going through treatment, but he hasn't been taking it very well. He's been taken back into hospital. And you've got this, Graham. You're going to do it. So I just want to send prayers out to you and get well soon. So Snow Owl, my cat Ziggy is watching this too. Mystery, I was asking for Graham tonight, yeah. He's been taken back into hospital, but he's going to be fine. Hiya, Colin, in Canada. What's the energies like over there tonight? Hiya, David Fletcher. Press for Graham, yeah. And yeah, it was quite emotional through the week, wasn't it? What with Ozzy Osbourne's funeral and poor Sharon Osbourne, oh bless her. I didn't realise she just looked so tiny, didn't she? So tiny. And his kids there, and it's just, oh, it just takes it back, doesn't it? Like an end of a era. End of an era. Where's it all go? Remember, we are spirit beings living a human existence. And we are only really here for a short time. But Ozzy definitely made a mark on this planet with his his music, his personality, everything. And he's going to be well missed. I know Sharon's tiny, isn't she? So thank you to all my moderators, and big thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, should I say, and subscribe if you haven't already, or if you have subscribed, check you're still subscribed. Now, I'm going to get my little bell. Oh, he brought with loads of joy, didn't he? So you got locked out of your subscription? Have you not been able to get back in? Maybe give them a ring. Okie doke. Oh, hello there, Coco in Japan. What's the weather like over there at the moment? Okay, so to new subscribers, this is just a bit like coming to a spiritualist church. And if you need any healing or you need any prayers, you can write the name in the comments section or afterwards or in the stream, and you will receive the healing that you need. Okay, I also offer private sittings, private psychic consultations, and all sorts of things. So just contact us. I'll put the link in as well if you need to have more in-depth stuff done. Hiya, Marina. I'm just laughing at some of your comments. Okay, so let's start. So I normally ring my little bell, and then it brings in the angels, and I invoke, the 4 archangels that I invoke are my guides to cast the circle of light. So it's all safe and we get all the true answers that we need. So may peace be with you all. Okay. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, and A2I, to come forth to give us the true answers that we need tonight. Anybody from the spirit world, animal kingdom, fairy elementals, anybody that would like to come forth from the alien realms, either from the spirit world or telecommunication, to give us the true answers that we need tonight. With love and light, love and light, love and light. Amen. So be it. The circle of light is casted. Amen. So big thank you to the moderators on both streams. for keeping these keeping our community safe. Lady Direwolf. She's been coming in quite often, actually. I was doing a client. I was doing, what was I doing? I was doing some healing and Lady Direwolf came through. And she was telling us that all the animals are ascending as well, spiritually ascending like we are. And I've been communicating, I know this sounds really strange, I've been communicating with these little beings that are about that big. And they're called the bee people. I mean, I'm calling them the bee people, but they may be something else. They said they were the great weavers of the galaxy. I call them little bee people. And they're just dinky wee little beings about that big. And just giving us amazing sort of downloads of what's actually going on the planet at the minute. And where we are at spiritually. And there is no such thing as time. I keep saying that. Time is an illusion. Where we are now on this planet is possibly a lot more far into the future than we know. Bit like the clangers, yes. That's a good way of putting it. But very intelligent little beings. Extremely intelligent. And they said that we are spiritually ascending, but so are the animals. The animals are spiritually ascending as well. So I know there's a lot of you in the audience tonight who are animal lovers and love your animals, your dogs, your cats and whatever, your horses, whatever. And if you're anything like me, you treat them like children, don't you? But I feel that they are, I've always known that my animals are psychic, like my dogs were as well, and my cats. But I just think it's in another level at the minute, how psychic they are. So I could actually talk to them telepathically and they know. And I can pick up that they know. Does that make sense? Love to the animals, yes. Because there's so much cruelty happening at the moment. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been seeing this great eagle. And she's obviously coming through from the spirit world, because animals go over as well. We are multidimensional beings in a meat suit. They're multidimensional beings, I believe, in a fursuit. And this eagle showed me that she's sort of like protecting America, the United States of America. And she showed me that there's going to be great change to come for the United States of America. And it's possibly could be split. It possibly could be split into the future. We're on the edge of a lot of things to happen there. So we're going to look into that. We are all being tested at the moment, massively so. It's huge at the moment. And I know there's a lot of strange weather events at the moment. And I just think that I'm going to scry into this tonight for you, and I'm going to see what else is going to be coming up. Obviously you can't ask the crystal ball, so we'll just wait and see what the visions that I get. If I get any visions in here or in the ball, I'm going to give you them tonight. Everything what's going on at the moment, which is starting to slowly unfold. As you know, there's a great block what's happening to do with the Epstein list and stuff like that. And I did cover that. I believe I covered it not last week because I couldn't make it, the week before. It's in my live feed. If anybody hasn't seen it, check it out. After this show, of course. But I do believe that there's still a lot more to come out. So I'm going to look into it again tonight as well. There's... I feel it's as if something's about to erupt. That's what I want to say. And I want to say this is from volcanoes to, is this something going to happen, tsunami, or is there going to be earthquakes? I'm going to look into that. But I'm also feeling that there is something about to erupt on information to come out. Huge information is coming. Intel, should I say. And it's going to be damning information. So get ready for that. Definitely get ready for that. So I just want you all to sit back and relax, and we are going to look into the looking glass. The veil is definitely getting thinner and thinner, Zoo. That is so true. Okay, let me get a cup of tea. I've got my cat settled. Daniela here has put, what does it mean when you dream about a wolf? It can mean many things. A wolf is showing you, well, really, that you are a leader of the pack, not a sheep. But also it could be one of your animal guides coming through to show you in dream state. Because when we go to sleep at night time, we come out of our physical bodies 9 times out of 10, and we go into the astral world and we connect with our soul family and our loved ones, and also our spirit guides, that type of thing. And you can have one or more, many animal guides as well. So I'm believing, Danielle, that you've got a wolf as one of your animal guides. Wisdom. Okie dokie. So apologies if I can't read your comments when I'm doing this. Let's see what's going on. Okay. There's been some crazy stuff happening, hasn't there? So I don't know if anybody's recently seen the recent video of Huff Paranormal with Steve. He's like a psychic. I think he is a psychic, actually. He's a paranormal investigator, and he's got this great equipment where he picks up on the spirit world and it can come through on his machines. If anybody hasn't witnessed his last 2 videos, well, the one was where he brought Ozzy Osbourne through, and it was absolutely unbelievable. But last night I was watching a one where he was communicating with beings who were saying that they were on their way to Earth. And it's funny, when I looked into this crystal ball, there's supposed to be a rock out there what's heading towards Earth, and some scientists have said it's a starship, right? And what I'm getting here is this: as I look into this crystal ball, I see a great big mother ship. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to get mass contact, but what it can mean is, let me just have a look, because I believe they're already here, walking amongst we. I would say there's going to be mass sightings. There's going to be more mass sightings to come. I said this a few weeks ago. Can you remember when there was that strange situation in the shopping mall in Miami, and then you had Vegas in the someone's back garden? Something apparently had crashed in someone's back garden. So there's going to be more situations like that to come in. But I do a lot of contact with different telecommunications, okay? But not that I put it out much, because I do feel there's been a lot of infiltration there. But what I do get is that a lot of the time, because somebody had asked me this, a lot of the time I'm not connecting with the Galactic Federation. I'm just connecting with somebody who's very spiritually advanced, who wants to give us some intel for Earth. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be where it's anything military connected. Does that make sense? And like I said, I've been connecting with these little bee people, and they're on another level. And then I've also been connecting with a very far advanced race of beings. They've got very long necks, and I'm getting them again tonight. And everything what's happening, it's like a damn movie what's happening on this planet at the minute. It really, really is. And I actually do think a lot of it's distraction, but we are also having a big clean up. Okay? But they're saying have faith. Please have faith. No matter what you believe in, don't think that humanity is going to be doomed, because it's not. This is what I'm being given. There's no beings out there that are totally going to start invading Earth and start taking over Earth. What's actually happening is that you've got the lunatics, which are already here, which are doing it. All right? And it's man. Okay, questionable if some of them are reptilians, but some form of a reptilian, but it's definitely man who is causing the problem on this planet. Greedy man. Okay, and it's been going on, the control, as you know, it's been going on for a very long time. So because we're all spiritually ascending and the technology is becoming more far advanced, they can't trick it anymore, because we can get the information just like they can. We can pick it up. And basically, in a nutshell, excuse my French, but I do feel they're shitting themselves, because they know that they can't hide it anymore. So watch for some strange events coming in the skies, some strange sightings. And it's not just to do with crafts, UFOs, possibly sightings of a different moon, like another moon, or people have seen this before where we could see another sun. We're going to have an incident. This is what I'm being given. There's going to be an event to do with the sun. Now, I'm not saying this to scaremonger or anything like that. I'm a psychic, okay? So I'm getting downloads here. So there's an event coming in to do with the sun, but it's not what's been talked about before. It's not like solar, whatever. It's nothing like that. This is something completely different. It's like we're going to wake up and people are going to say, "Oh my God, well, my old sun's come back. What's happened?" It's like a great big blow to the mind. It's on another level, and it's sort of like a huge second awakening for humanity. So you need to watch for that. Everyone's going to be talking about it, and of course the New Age community is going to jump onto it. You know, it's people are going to be wanting to worship the sun. It's on another level. And I actually, as I see this, I'm seeing, are they gods or high beings? But they're coming in to connect with we, to show we the truth, to show we what's really out there. So I would say that the yellow sun's coming back. The yellow sun, not the white one. The yellow sun is coming back. So watch for that. So their technology can't maybe hide what's out there. So we're going to start to seep into our reality. I do also believe with our technology that we are speeding up time. So as I'm scanning into this crystal ball, it's starting to haze over now, and I'm starting to see that there's going to be some crazy events to take place to do with the sea and the water. Right. So I know there was a warning, because I've got a lovely client, I don't know if she's watching tonight, Sharon, who's in Hawaii, and she was saying that there was a tsunami warning, was it a few weeks ago? Just goes to show that I don't watch the news. But anyway, it didn't happen. And I'm still saying that there could be something like that to take place. Doesn't mean it's Hawaii. But I am very drawn to the east coast of United States of America. There is a fault through the seabed. I don't know if this is a natural situation or it's something what's been set off from something else. So, for example, yes, an earthquake can set off a tsunami. So that would be natural, but this seems different. This seems like it could be set off through something else. I've just seen Putin's face there. There's going to be some big news connected around him as well. Right, you do realise that there's 2 Epstein lists. I've been saying this for a long, long time. And as I look here, they're telling us that was the reason why they raided Mar-a-Lago. Because Trump had the list. Maybe it's the real list, I don't know. But he had a list and they were after it. Never got it, but they were after it. There's a lot of threats going on behind the scenes. Okay. Okay. So I'm seeing Ghislaine Maxwell coming out of prison. I'm seeing her coming out of prison. I've seen this for a while. I actually see her on This Morning talking. It could be This Morning over in America. It might not be over here. I really don't know. But there's going to be all these claims that she's innocent or she was fitted up by different agencies, whatever, which way, something like that's going to be said. This is what I see. There is a very strong timeline of that. Because, to be fair, I know they've just recently moved her to a less security prison. Is it Texas? Somewhere in Texas? But I get the feeling that, if anything happened to her, it's going to look awfully suspicious, isn't it? Very suspicious. A bit like the Epstein thing. So, I feel that she's going to be released. She's going to be pardoned. I see deals made. I see deals made with the FBI. She's not going to say everybody, but it's going to be enough. Does that make sense? It's just so much lies and deceit. Nothing looks clear. It looks like one muddy mess. So you've got parts of the FBI wanting her to name names like Trump and people like that. But she's not going to do that. It's a strange one. It's as if I see her getting out and then something happening to her. I don't believe something is going to happen to her in prison, but something could happen to her when she's out of prison. It's a strange one. Okay. It's not just about the list. It's about the whole damn world. Each country all interconnected. Some of the FBI do, some of the FBI don't want to name Trump. But I get really strongly that I don't feel she's going to backstab Trump. I'll be very surprised if she does. I'll be very, very surprised. Okay. It's like we're missing something here. It's not... It doesn't... Whatever she's got, Trump's sort of right in a way. Well, he will be, because he will know what's going on, won't he? But when he says it's about... He just sort of like things is off about just the list. And people will think, oh, well, yeah, he's going to say that because he's on the list. It's more than that. There's more than that going on. Remember logbooks? Remember logbooks? There's something about banks or a bank account. This is really, really weird, you know. I actually think that Epstein's going to be spotted somewhere. So when I talk about the list, some people don't know what I'm going on about. the Epstein list, the people who were going to the island, the people who were participating in awful situations with little people, that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, you're going to have people who are going to be on the list who possibly did go to the island, but it doesn't mean that they did anything. Not everybody what went to the island would have done anything. Some did, because I feel there was certain things going on with certain people. And what we understand is that it was all going on underneath the island, underground. Okay, so what I'm being shown here is that there's going to be some sightings of him. But of course, media will just jump on it and say it's just fake, or it's this, or it's that. I see lots of children, and I'm getting like I'm not sure if it's Cuba or it's Cuba. Was it Mexico? Lots of children. And I'm seeing a flat roofed building. I'm remote viewing. And it's, oh my God. I don't know if this is going on now, but I'm seeing FBI sort of surrounding this flat roofed building. It looks like a ranch, but it's not a ranch. It's remote. Very dusty, and they are getting the kids out, and it's to do with trafficking in other things, nasty things. They are rescuing the children, and it's a big operation. This is what I'm being given, what is taking place now. Can't say too much, but it's going on. And it's going on in the heart of America. Okay? This sounds really, really awful. It's like mail order. It's the only way I can describe it. Mail ordering, elite people, mail ordering services. Anyway, it's something to come out, so watch for that. And I'm seeing a man, and it's jumping, the image is jumping, and then it's going to a sudden car accident. He's lightish to the face, dark hair, and it's something about documents, paperwork. There's something connected with it all. It's all coming out. And then I'm seeing a raid on a posh yacht. There's going to be a raid on a posh yacht, so watch for that as well. So yeah, there's a big cleanup happening, definitely. Okay. The 8th's going to be interesting, so that's going to be possibly around Lionsgate. Okay, so it's fading out there for now. What else are we getting? I'm very drawn to Japan, and I want to send healing and prayers of protection there. But I'm fearing and wondering, is it possible that there could be an earthquake situation there? I've seen this flash before, and I always thought it was China. Wherever it is, it's an Asian country, okay? I hope it's not Japan. I don't feel it is. But it looks like there's lots of water and people are trapped and they can't get out. And there's a lot of water coming. And I'm hearing a noise. You would get that sort of droning noise if there was it reminds us of a backdraft. You know, a backdraft if you would have in a fire, where you would hear the backdraft coming. But this is water. It's pressured water. Okay. But I'm getting alert. I'm getting alert around Japan to do with earthquake. And an earthquake that, I don't know if it could change direction. Is that possible? Or it could be a hurricane. Sorry, a hurricane that's going to change direction and cause severe damage to a seaside town. I want you to remember that. And I'm getting the letter M. Okay. We are all of we are spiritually ascending, and across the planet, as I'm looking onto this, I'm scanning over different parts of the world, but I want to say islands coming out here very, very strong. Okay, so is islands coming in here? The people of Ireland went through a lot in the past. Remember, we are healing old wounds. We are healing our ancestral roots. You're going back to the potato famine. Everything what happened back then. I'm very drawn to the Irish culture, you know. I was sitting watching a load of the dance the other night. I love all the Irish dancing music and that. There will be more riots to come, and there will be a rise with the Irish people. There's going to be a change again into the near future to do with the euro, okay, which could also affect the pound. But it may also change the euro and the pound. You know how you've got Northern Ireland, and I think is it euro in South? Is it the South that have the euro? I really don't know. You'll have to comment on the link below what's what with that. But there's going to be changes there to do with currency, which is going to affect Ireland. I see people queuing in banks to try to get their money out if holes in the walls, that type of thing. It'll only be temporary. But Ireland is very protected. Ireland is like Japan. It's on a lucky ley line. As I talk about this, I feel it's as if there could be problems with power cuts, that type of thing. There's a lot of scandals, guys, to come out to do with UK Parliament. We're going to be so distracted with so many different scandals. It's the only way I can describe it. Okay. Strange photographs to come out. You're not going to be able to deny these photographs. I don't know if it's photographs and text messages. Something to do with around Keir Starmer or something like that, to do with around the British government. So watch for that. Okay? Okay. The 10th's coming out really strong. The 21st. These are going to bring big global news. The 19th and the 27th. There'll be changes with the monarchy. If not by the end of the year, you're looking into the early part of next. Oh my God, I'm seeing riots in Germany on the streets, and also Sweden. Restrictions coming for humanity. It's not like it was in the past. This is something completely different. And we must say no. I say people absolutely losing the plot, kicking off. Riots. Okay, so I don't know what that is about. The 29th's coming in very, very strong. H29. I don't know what that means. H29? 29. I don't know what that means. Just watch for that. You know, can you remember about... How long ago was the the COVID carry on. And I kept seeing, I could see people running around the streets with masks on. Can you remember? And I was getting 19. This is something different. Bread and potatoes. Potatoes. We have to grow our potatoes. I've been saying this for a while. I'm just crossing my legs there. Okay. I'm getting that song by Shirley Bassey. Is it from Diamonds Are Forever? Was that Goldfinger? James Bond film. I'm jumping here. This is what happens here. I jump backwards and forwards. Going back to Ghislaine Maxwell. And I've said this before. I kept getting, remember last year, the year before? I think I did a video on it. It was like The Spy Who Loves Me. She was a spy, like her father. Mossad, triple agent. But then they're all connected, aren't they? They're all connected with the UK, America, Israel. It's all connected. Okay, so again, it's like the world we know, the world we don't. The fourth is going to go down in history. The fourth is going to bring a big sweep of bringing everything to the forefront. There's no way you can have a clean up just like that. It's going to take time. So there's the undercover world that nobody really knows. Like the film what Mel Gibson was in, you know. All to do with the trafficking, it's all going to come out. It's all interconnected with what Epstein was connected with and the Diddy thing. It was all connected, the Diddy parties. There's going to be a new movement. But what's going to take place, because we've got two lists going on here, and I'm not, saying that everybody on the list's innocent. I don't mean that, but not everybody's into little people, should I say. Do you understand? But I'm getting very strongly that there's going to be, I've got to be careful how I say this for the algorithms, but I think that there will be some people accused when they haven't done anything, because you've got a list and then you've got the true list and then you've got the not so true list. And I think I predict there's going to be some suicides. And I think that it will bring shock to people. And then I think it's going to bring in a new movement. And it's all going to be entwined with something what's going to happen to do with the media. And this reminds me of Princess Diana, with what they were doing to Princess Diana. And you know how they were chased now with the paparazzi and everything. And as I'm talking about that, I'm getting Harry. Did Harry go to the island? Let me get a cup of tea. I'm quite thirsty. I made a chicken curry. But hot and spicy. Okay. So you've got lots of different people what went to this island. There would have been models going, people showing off, getting on their posh yachts off they've gone. And it's not just the Epstein Island, there's other islands as well. And I want to say other islanders connected. Other people who've got other islands connected islanders. God, remember that? Yes, I love it. Fantasy Island. Remember that? It's the plane. Yeah, I used to love watching Fantasy Island. Bring back the 80s. Bring back the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Where sort of like where are we now? We're in Zululand, aren't we? Where are we on Earth? It's very weird. It's like there's a sudden realization of what's actually going on. It's huge, isn't it, where we're at? Do you want to come and say hello? Do you want to come and say hello, Zizi? Right, okay. Yes, you've got people who've gone there, but then you've also got people who've... It's not the island, it's what's connected underneath the island. That's what I'm getting, okay? Then you've got the yacht girls, you've got all the different types of characters. Right, the name rock, it's bouncing out of this crystal ball. And then also him who supposedly died. What's he called? Is it McAfee? I'm getting him as well. Oh, Charlie's Angels, I used to like that as well. Okay. Do you remember the Love Boat? We're just getting silly now, aren't we? Sometimes when the going gets tough, guys, I always say this, just switch everything off and just go and watch something what you used to watch when you were younger. And what it does is I have a movie night, do you know what I mean? It just makes you feel strong the next day because you haven't watched loads of intel what's knocked you sick to what the real reality was, what's going on this planet, do you know what I mean? What was I watching the other night with Adam? It was Back to the Future. And we got popcorn. It was great. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to lose yourself. Because if everybody knew on this planet what was actually going on, people would be topping themselves and they wouldn't be getting out of bed in the morning. It is shocking. And I know there's people out there saying, well, people need to know. But really, I just think that it's negative, it's horrible. I just think that there's a lot of pure souls on this planet what haven't come to this planet to work on that, or there's only certain people can get their teeth into this who are the warriors. People like Candace Owens and people like that. You've got warrior keyboarders. But not everybody has come to this planet to do that. Some people are so sensitive and they've just come here to heal or to help or to nurture, to entertain. So everybody shouldn't have to know everything. That's my philosophy being a spiritual medium. So much trickster energy what's going to come through. And I do believe that the new movement is going to be... It's going to also help a lot of the younger generation. So there's going to be a massive shift there into 2026. And this new movement is going to, like a Me Too movement or something, it's going to move forward and it's going to help so many people connected with mental health. But there's going to be somebody innocent who's going to, I'm telling you now, they're going to get caught up in this and they're going to get massively hurt. I feel quite choked by it. I've got to tell you this. Oh, Good Morning Vietnam was a good film. Great film. Do you remember MASH? Oh, Little House on the Prairie. Don't get us going with that. I love all of that. Right. In Cheers, that's another one. I love that. What's the song to that? Everybody go knows your name. Glad you came. I see the symbol, the rose. And it looks like a strange bird on a symbol as well. And this is to do with companies. Companies which are going to fall. There's going to be a lot of change what's going to take place across this planet between now and 2026. There's also going to be problems with banks. There's going to be the fight of the fittest. I don't believe all the banks will go down, but there's going to be some banks which will join with other banks. But some big companies where there'll be scandals. There's a logo with a rose, and there's another logo. I'm not sure if it's like a pelican, but like a bird or something. Okay. What else am I getting? Banking system. So this is so strange. I mean, it's just randomly just bouncing out of the crystal ball. And I may as well just say it. I mean, not everybody's into her or like her, you know, but it's coming out here as Katy Perry. She's been spotted meeting up with, what's he called? Was the Prime Minister of Canada. She's been spotted with him. Because apparently she's left Trudeau. Yeah, Trudeau, that's right. Because she's left a partner, Orlando Bloom or whatever he is. Yeah, I used to love Frasier. But anyway, according to these cards, yeah, they're having an affair. Or that they're closely connected. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. Oh my God. I don't want to say this. But it's coming through. And I hope it's wrong. But I see more tragedy around the Osborne family. I hope not. Right, what else we got here? I've got Prince coming through, because Prince is in spirit, isn't he? The singer, Prince. And he's singing Purple Rain. Interesting. The lyrics, let's get the lyrics up. Yeah, I feel like I need to send lots of protection out tonight to Sharon Osbourne. I mean, she's be broken hearted. It's our soulmate. I'll just put this on. Well, she sort of came back into the limelight a bit, didn't she? Katy Perry, with all that hoo-ha with that pretendy space stuff. You know, when they were supposed to go zooming off up into space, into that thing. But yeah, I mean, it's just something that's popped out there. So Purple Rain is about, I just need to read this. Is it about chemtrails? Let me read about this. Because apparently Prince wants me to listen to the lyrics because it's going on now, he said. Purple rain, purple rain. Oh my God. To go back in time, eh? Purple rain. I've been listening to Guns N' Roses all afternoon in the car with my daughter-in-law. And the little one, my 8-year-old granddaughter, loves it. Is it Sweet Child of Mine? Purple Rain. Lyrics. Okay. Why can't I get the lyrics up? How weird's that? Purple rain, purple rain. I can't sing. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. I only wanted one time to see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. I never wanted to be your weekend lover. I only wanted to be some kind of friend. Baby, I could never steal you from another. It's such a shame our friendship has to end. That doesn't sort of make sense. Listen to this. Honey, I know times are changing. It's time we all reach out for something new. That means you too. You say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make your mind up. I think you better close it and let me guide you to the purple rain. That's weird. Right, so I'm not saying we're going to start getting purple rain, but I do think how it's said here about you say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. I think there's just going to be dramas after dramas. Possibly to do with chemtrails, yes. Possibly. And what I like what Yvonne's put here is, which is lovely, Yvonne showed, thank you. She's put purple rain is Saint Germain's clearing, cleansing, transforming, transmuting with violet fire, energy, yes, the planet, yes. Thank you for that. That just resonates. Great. What is going on? Let me see what else is going on. Okay, so I've been going on about this for a while, where there's going to be, the system possibly could go down. But it's like it's stopping flights. Everything's just halting. And it'll be at that point. This is what you need to understand, right? When this takes place, there's going to be a switch over to do with the new internet, which I've been going on about. The new internet's going to come in, which is going to bring we're all up to date. But there's going to be something what's going to happen to do with this Epstein and exposing a lot of stuff, okay? Excuse me. So I expect when the system goes down, there will be a lot of kids and there'll be a lot of rescue stuff what will be going on, okay? When the system goes down, they'll use this as to rescue a lot of kids. Okay. There's another virus coming in. Okay. So that Benjamin Netanyahu, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right, okay? He's a war crime. He's a war criminal, okay? And he will want to stay in power. Long as there's a war, he can stay in power. But when the war stops, then he can't stay in power. Then he's going to have to be arrested. Did you know that? Because he's a war criminal. There's threats going on. It's a bit like mafia. I'm seeing Trump's face here. There's going to be an explosion. I've seen this before where there's water in water there's fire. Explosion in water. The 15's coming out really, really strong. And big news to come in around Biden. Alright, everything I'm telling you will fall into place there. Okay. So even though we've got all this crazy stuff being exposed, and it's going to be like boom, 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 one after another, they're sort of bringing in, you've got good guys, bad guys, you're going up this ladder, right, the Illuminati ladder, right at the top, you've got them all working together because they know that they have to bring what up to date with the technology. Nothing can ever be where we could ever meet an extraterrestrial being on this planet until they bring what up to date with the technology. That's their plan. That's what they want to do. They want to get what up to date with the technology, which the darker side of life have used against her to control her. You know, like I've talked about this before, like every year you'll bring in the new iPhones, the new this, the new equipment, new technology, and it's all drip, drip, drip to get money out of her, to keep her enslaved. So once the whole thing goes down, then they'll implement and bring in this new sort of system to bring what all up to date, and it's going to be the new different type of communication, and it's on another level, this internet. It really, really is. Now, sometimes I can read a year out. I can't exactly give you when. It's just the feeling and the visions that I'm seeing. I know it's really strong. Okay? And I trust in spirit. I trust in what they're giving me. But what I do know is that it's going to bring us up to date to where we need to be. And then there's a clean-up going on. And I need to say this, right? Not everybody... People who get away with things... Bad people. They don't get away with it when they go over back to spirit. When you meet your maker, you don't get away with it. Remember, this is school where we come, where we learn, and then we go back. And we're, like I say, we just need to do our best while we're here. Don't know why I'm getting Rome. There's big news coming in from Rome. Ski slopes. Something to come out with ski slopes, and I'm getting Andrew. Andrew, Prince Andrew. Don't know why I'm getting him. Might have something to do with the Epstein thing. Okay. This is really weird. Because you can't ask the crystal ball a question, but I'm looking into the crystal ball at the moment, right? And I'm trying to ask it, show us something to do with what's going to happen with Candace Owens and this Brigitte Macron. Is it Brigitte? Or Brigitte? What's going to happen? It's bloody crazy. And I do think it's part of her mission, life mission. It's not always about the politicians what are here to make the change, Investigative journalist, podcaster Candace Owens, I do believe it's part of her mission on her list, her earthly list, that she was going to help to bring the house down. It's connected. It's all connected. But what she does need... That's crazy. She does need spiritual protection around her. She does need that. Things will change massively for her, and there will be celebrations. There's a timeline here, a very positive timeline, and it'll be when there's big news to do with an ice cream man. An ice cream man? An ice cream man. So we're not just talking about round here, in the UK, where you've got the ice cream man what comes around in his van on a Sunday afternoon going ding-a-ling-a-ling-ling-ling. And all the kiddies are rushing out to get the 99ers. I'm not talking about that type of ice cream man. I'm talking about a famous man. It could be like Mediterranean background. He's got ice cream parlours over in America or something. There's going to be some big news to do with around him. Round about the time there's going to be some big news to do with Candice Owens. Interesting. And see, having another baby as well. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm getting that song, and it's oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue who they are. Boney M. I'm showing my age now, aren't I? And this song, was it Ma Baker? And the lyrics to Ma Baker is what is going to happen in real life to do with around Putin. Let me get this up. Excuse me if I start bursting into song. Because I'm not a singer. I admit I'm not a singer. Ma Baker. Ma Baker. Boney M? Is it Boney M? Boney M. Is it Rasputin? Ma Baker. Right, listen to this, guys. Freeze, I'm Ma Baker. Put your hands in the air. Give me all your money. This is the story of Ma Baker, the meanest cat from old Chicago town. She was the meanest cat in old Chicago town. She was the meanest cat. She really moved them down. She had no heart at all. No heart at all. That's obviously the lyrics. She was the meanest cat, or she really was. Right, wait a minute. Ma Baker. She taught her 4 sons to handle their guns. They left a trail of crime across the USA. And when one boy was killed, she really made them pay. She had no heart at all. No heart at all. I think what it is I'm getting a really weird feeling here. I'm getting a lyric to Ma Baker, but I was meaning Rasputin, so I'm going to give you Rasputin as well. But there's something coming to do with the shooting, and it could be around Chicago. So people, if you're in the Chicago area, please be careful. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. She met a man she liked. She thought she'd stay with him. One day he formed with them. They did away with him. She didn't care at all. She just didn't care at all. Here is a special bulletin. Ma Baker is the FBI's most wanted woman. Her photo is hanging on every post office wall. If you have any information about this woman, please contact your nearest police station. Don't anybody move the money or your lives. One day they robbed a bank. It was the last hooray. The cops appeared too soon. They couldn't get away. And all the loot they had, it made them mighty mad. And so they slotted out. Ma Baker and her sons, they didn't want to hang. They died with blazing guns, and so the story ends of one who left no friends. Interesting. So, I'm very drawn to Chicago, but I'm also very drawn to New York. Now, the other one, I've got a lot of lyrics here tonight. I think I've got little A2I with this. My little light being was Rasputin, and this is what I felt what was going to happen. Okay, with Boney M's Rasputin, this is what I felt was going to happen around Putin. There lived a certain man in Russia long ago. He was big and strong, in his eyes flaming glow. Most people look at him with terror, with fear, but to Moscow's chicks he was such a lovely dear. He would preach the Bible like a preacher, full of ecstasy and fire. But he also was a kind of teacher women would desire. That's so funny. There lived a certain man in Russia long ago. Okay, that's the lyrics. Rah, rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. There was a cat that really was gone. Rah, rah, Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine. It was a shame how he carried on. He ruled the Russian land and never mind the Tsar, and to the Kashuk he danced really wunderbar. In all affairs of state he was the man to please, but he really was great when he had a girl to squeeze. For the queen he was no wheeler dealer, though he heard the things he's done, she believed he was the holy healer who would heal her son. And this goes on and on and on. And then at the end, it's the chorus is, rah, rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. They didn't quit, they wanted his head. Rah, rah, Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine. And so they shot him till he was dead. All them Russians. So something's coming there. Something definitely is coming down there. I normally look on no more than 6 months. I think there's a lot to come out between now and November. I've just seen Trump's face bouncing out of here, and he's coming out of a courtroom. And they're all firing questions at him, so I don't know what that is. I've had this before, and I know it's sort of connected, isn't it? Victoria's Secrets, the underwear place. Victoria's Secrets linked with the Epstein thing. For some unknown reason, it's coming out really strong, and there's going to be a model. It's just going to be plastered all over media because of this. But like I say, you've got the two lists going on, so remember that. There's a lot of hysteria to come out. There's a lot of misinformation to come out. Okay. What else is there? It's going to be some big news to do with around... somewhere in South Africa to do with the politics. I'm hearing the word shooting. So I don't know if there's going to be some problems there to do with somebody just suddenly exiting from politics over there. So watch for that. Because you've got people who are... Some people are programmed just to go off and get other people, if you know what I mean. Puppeted. I see the smoke at... is it Yellowstone? Smoke at Yellowstone. Problems there. Problems. And later on in the year, there's going to be problems with... the volcano at Iceland as well. There's also going to be another island problem with another volcano as well. A lot of volcanoes here. But fire in the sea. I keep getting fire in the sea. It's coming through really strong. Mrs. Robinson, I've had it before. Do 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 do. Laugh about it, shout about it. Going to the candidates debate. Big news to coming around Melania Trump. Melania Trump. Scandals left, right and centre. The veil is so thin, and we're now finding out that some people aren't men, or some people aren't women, or some people aren't all straight or holy and thou that they say they are, or... And it's as if that there's a lot of huge scandals to come out with UK Parliament. I want you to remember that. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. Mrs. Robinson. Lyrics. I've had this before. We'd like to know a little bit about you from our files. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Stroll around the grounds until you feel at home. But here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loved you more than you will know. Interesting. Sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon. Do, 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 do. Going to the candidates debate. Laugh about it, shout about it when you've got to choose. Everywhere you look at it, you lose. Where have you gone, Georgia Mario? Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Woo. What's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Jolton Joe has left and gone away. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. That's interesting. So there's a Joe what's going to be going away. Just remember that. It's coming through really strong. And something about files. Old investigations come out from the past. And you know who I'm seeing? And he's bouncing out of this crystal ball really strong. Is Bilbo. Bilbo, he's coming out really, really strong. There's going to be some explosive news with him. Every time I look at Keir Starmer, I keep getting... God, like a... I just see him with all these chickens. Do you know what I mean? Like all these little chickens. He's younger guys and that, you know, and kinky parties, that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Now this is something nice. This is coming in really strong. Remember when we had Friends, and then obviously Friends isn't now on the television. There's going to be another new sitcom comedy what's going to really take off, and it's going to bring a lot of joy to the screen, so watch for that. It's about time we had more comedy, so that's nice. So I'll say the children again, the children and the singing, and the singing for Gaza. That could be around the Christmas time. There is going to be black horses that's going to be running through the streets of London. Not just once, but twice. It's fading out now. Okay. You know, when everything sort of goes down, it's going to affect trade. So, again, I'm not saying this to fearmonger or anything, but I was actually getting it this afternoon, and I was somewhere in some store and I was looking at electrical goods, right? There's going to be a shortage of electrical goods, or there's going to be problems people buying electrical goods. So if you need anything, or you need any electrical goods, I would try and get them as soon as you can. Just something what's come out there really strong. Okay. Right, okay. So I've just been given there, and it's coming through really strong. After a scandal, there'll be a big scandal, and it's going to be shocking, mind, and it could even bring in a vote for the UK. I also feel, again, that the country could go blue again. So that means the Tories could get back in. But don't panic about that. It doesn't mean that... I want to say not all Tories are bad, So whoever's coming in to power, maybe he's going to be a bit of a purple person, do you know what I mean? Or is going to... But there is a lot of things here. What is going on at the moment is you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And you do me a favour and I'll do you a favour. Yeah? So, when Keir Starmer was licking up Trump's arse when he went to meet him, right? And he was saying, pleased to meet you, and this is a letter off the king and all of this. And it would have been, I would say, because they knew that everything was going to come out about this Epstein situation, and they wanted like pardons and stuff like that, and Charlie was wanting Trump to do them a favour, all right? Because you're not just looking at Andrew here, right? You're not looking there. You're looking at a situation with more than Andrew involved there, all right? Okay. And I'm going to leave that one with you. Communications is coming out. It's like we are in the W111. And in W1 and 2, they had the pigeons. Remember the pigeons? And they would pass from France to the UK, and they would bring the secret messages with the pigeons. This time it's coming through encrypted. There's going to be huge, remember this guys, right? Huge explosive intel to come out, and it's true intel, and it cannot be brushed underneath the carpet, and it makes the Epstein list look like something from Cinderella. That's all I'm going to say to you. So hold on to your hats to what's to come, right? But keep grounded, keep focused, and carry on. I hope these have helped. I hope that's helped, should I say. Keep calm and carry on, as we say in Britain. It's about to get very juicy. I'm just fading that out now. Got Mother Mary coming in here. And she's coming in, Our Lady. She's coming in with roses, red roses. If you ever smell red roses, Christ, Mother Mary, and she just wants to bless you all and tell you that everybody is working, not just here, the hidden ones, they're also working on the other side. And you've got the angels, everybody, everything is frequency, everything is energy. And she just wants to say that she loves you all, and she blesses you all tonight. She's throwing roses at you, roses, beautiful pink and red roses. Smell the roses. Smell the coffee. It's about to get really interesting. Good night, guys. Stay safe wherever you all are around the world. This is your Psychic LJ signing out. Now, how do I get out of here?